What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Angels franchise. Today we are here. It is opening day. We are in Baltimore going against the Orioles. Let's go. It is a packed Camden Yards on a beautiful day for baseball here in late March. Opening day is here. There's a lot of question marks surrounding this Angels team as we head into opening day, but I think once we hit the field, we're going to get a lot of answers to those questions and all the noise will be put to bed. And we can finally just play some baseball because at the end of the day, that's what we're here to do. Forget the speculation, forget the trade rumors. Let's just get out there and play. As you see the preseason projections for the 2024 season, and Mike Trout is projected to lead this team in basically every statistical category. Corbin Burnes, the new Orioles pitcher, is getting the start, the new ace for the O's, and we are just about set for first pitch. You see the numbers for Burnes last year. He is a former Cy Young winner that the Orioles picked up in the offseason via trade. They didn't really give up much for him. Only a 1.07 whip last year in what you could consider a down year for Corbin Burnes, as Mikey Moniak will lead things off. Thank you all for joining us here in the franchise. Excited to get this thing going as Moniak watches the first pitch in there for a strike. Moniak, one of the many first-round picks and younger players that we have playing in this organization right now, although he had a more normal path to the majors than some of our other younger players as he fouls back the cutter there by Burnes. Ninth pitch of the at-bat here for Moniak, and he's going to watch that cutter go down below the knees and draw a walk. So that's not something Corbin Burnes does much with just that 1.07 whip last year. Doesn't walk many, doesn't give up much hits, doesn't give up much of anything, but a good at-bat there. Now 2-0. A little bit of control issues early in this game for Corbin Burnes as the 3-1 will be hit down the third base line by Ward, and it just goes foul. And the second straight batter now that the count has run full. The 3-2 pitch, and Ward's going to take that one to right field, but that one will be fielded by Anthony Santander for the first out of the inning and the first out of the season for the Orioles. As you take a look at our starting lineup, we have Mike Trout in there at third. He'll be followed by Drury, Rengifo, Shanwell, Ohape, Rendon, and Neto in the 9th spot, as here comes Mike Trout. What does his future with the Angels look like? Well, right now, he is a Los Angeles Angel, and that is currently where we stand. He has not requested anything, nothing like that. Is Trout takes that one to deep left center field, and there is no doubt about it. Mike Trout, 440 feet. He welcomes Corbin Burnes to Baltimore. He takes it over that long wall in left field in Camden Yards. There was no doubt about that one. As soon as it left the bat, Trout knew it was gone, and he watched his work as the Los Angeles Angels get out to a 2-0 lead in a hurry over the new Orioles ace. 114 miles an hour off the bat from Mike Trout, and that is how you start a season. As Rengifo is going to take that one to left field, and that'll fall for a base hit. So early on in this game, the Angels able to get after Corbin Burnes a little bit, as now it's Nolan Shanwell, as he'll watch the first pitch outside. 22 pitches in the first inning for Corbin Burnes. I don't think that's how he was hoping his Orioles debut would start, as now it is 3-0 to Nolan Shanwell, and that is, I don't know about that one. They say that's a strike, but I don't think that hit any of the plate. But the very next pitch, he walks again. So Corbin Burnes gave up a home run this inning, 2 walks, as now it's going to be Logan Ohape. He'll just ground that one to first for the out, and Burnes gets out of the inning, but it was Mike Trout putting a exclamation point on his start to the season, welcoming everyone to this franchise series. And there's been some trade rumors already and some suggestions in the comments of the videos, but Mike Trout not ready to go down that easy, As for the Angels on the mound, it will be Patrick Sandoval. And pretty solid overall. You see, he's certainly not a Corbin Burnes level pitcher, but especially when you're facing these Orioles, you want to have as many lefties as possible. Their best bats are from the left-handed side of the plate or switch hitters, such as Cedric Mullins. Here is the first pitch by Sandoval will be fouled back. Mullins leads off for this Orioles basically whenever he's in the lineup. And I did want to mention really quick at the top before we get too deep into the game that I did go with meter pitching for this game. It's not something I normally use. As you see, Mullins draws the walk. And for the next video, I will be going to Classic. I think that's a better way to get the stats of the pitchers, as he's going to try to go for second and get thrown out. So the ball goes in the dirt. Ohtani does a great job of fielding it. And for some reason, Mullins tries to go on that. Orioles are usually aggressive on the base pads, but I don't really know why he did that, as that one will be hit down the right field. Mikey Moniak going to have to come in. Going to be a tough play, and the ball goes by him. Westberg is going to round second. Moniak still doesn't even have the ball. Westberg now at third easily. A stand-up triple for Jordan Westberg as he hits the sprinkler. You see Moniak tried to come in and make the play, was definitely aggressive. He could have backed off and probably just fielded that, and it would have been a single. Instead, tried to make the play, and that did not work out, as now it will be Adley Rutschman. Just to finish up the thought I had there on the pitching, as the 0-2 to Adley Rutschman is hit hard to center field. Trout going to come in and make the play. Westberg will tag up, and he will score to make it a 2-1. Orioles get back on the board, cut that lead down to 1 here in the first inning. But yeah, I'll be using Classic pitching moving forward. I think it better makes the attributes mean more. And so that's what we'll be going with there, as Anthony Santander's going to foul that one back just 4 feet outside of the foul pole. That was almost a game-tying home run from Anthony Santander, as he's going to hit that one up the middle. And that's going to be a base hit. So we see the struggles from Corbin Burnes in the first inning. Now we're seeing some of the struggles from Patrick Sandoval, as he throws a nice slider and gets 1-2 to Ryan Mountcastle. And gets strike 3 on the curve. So Orioles are able to get 1 run back on the board, though, as we head to the second inning, and Anthony Rendon. And we will see how many games we get to see for Anthony Rendon this season. He has not played in more than 60 games in an Angels uniform since he's joined the team after the Nats World Series, as the 3-1 is fouled back. We're still trying to decide what we're going to do with Anthony Rendon here, as I just don't know if it's very reasonable or realistic that we can trade that contract, as he draws a walk on his first plate appearance of the season, the 3rd walk of the game for Corbin Burnes, who's now behind 2-0 to Zach Neto. Just a strange outing. 3-0 to Neto here, as Burnes starting to get frustrated, and 4-0. He's just trying to hit him inside. It's just not working. 4 walks for Corbin Burnes, and he's only pitched an inning right now, hasn't recorded an out in this second, as he now gets behind 3-0 to Mikey Moniak. That is 7 straight balls from Corbin Burnes, as Moniak's going to hit that one to left field. Hayes will come in, runners will stay, and it is bases loaded, no outs here in the second inning. Also want to mention really quick that I am playing on Hall of Fame. So pitching and hitting difficulty is Hall of Fame, as that one is going to be a very routine double play. Gunnar to Mateo to Mountcastle, 6-4-3, but a run does come across to score. Probably the best case scenario for Burnes, honestly, and that is to get that double play, concede the run for 2 outs. But the Angels do get that run right back to take a 3-1 lead, as Trout swings at the slider in the dirt. I think he was expecting or hoping maybe for a sinker or a fastball, but good pitch there by Burnes, gets out of it. But the Angels do get that run back, and they have a 3-1 lead. Again, for Corbin Burnes, this is not really what you're expecting if you're an Orioles fan, but struggling a little bit here early, as Gunnar Henderson batting in the 7-hole for the Orioles as he hits that one to Rendon. Gunnar really probably the best hitter on the Orioles, at least the most dangerous, maybe second behind Adley Rutschman, but with the lefty-lefty matchup, Orioles elected to put him a little bit lower in the lineup, as that one's going to be hit to left field. Taylor Ward runs over, makes a nice play, and a very quick second inning for Patrick Sandoval. Angels still lead 3-1 as we go to the third. as Luis Rengifo fouls that one off. I'm excited about Luis Rengifo. You can never have enough switch hitters as he swings right through the curveball. Never have enough switch hitters. Always really value them. I like him. We'll see what he does here in the series as Nolan Shandwell now going to ground that one to short. Gunnar Henderson, really nice play. As we are rolling a little bit here, both pitchers starting to get in a little bit of a groove potentially. Corbin Burnes, I think he really needed that inning. Got through it really quick as we go bottom 3 now, no outs. And Colton Wong, the 9-hitter, will pop that one up to Taylor Ward. Pitching, I think, starting to settle down a little bit. Both these guys are good pitchers. Sandoval and Burnes as the 2-1 now. 2 away here for Jordan Westberg. Nice fastball on the outside corner there on the 2-2. And he got him. They say he went circle changeup down at the knees. And they're going to say that he went across the plate on the check swing. Patrick Sandoval starting to deal a little bit. Like what we're seeing from him. Angels still have that 3-1 lead as we head to the 4th inning. And lead it off for the Angels is Logan O'Hoppe, the young catcher. Excited about him as well. Definitely has some potential. So another one of those young guys. We'll see what he does here in the series, as that is a nice slider from Corbin Burnes to get the first out of the inning. 3rd strikeout for Burnes. You have to like the strikeouts. 3 strikeouts already, but he's starting to field a little bit. He's hitting the strike zone, 2-2 to Neto. He's going to pop that one up to left field. Easy play for the Gold Glover Hayes for the out. And Corbin Burnes starting to get into a little bit of a groove here as Patrick Sandoval comes right back out now, goes right after Adley Rutschman, who swings at the 0-1 pitch, and a nice play there by Neto at short. Adley a little frustrated as he's had no for 2 days. He thought that one was going to go back up the middle for a base hit, but an excellent play by Neto. As now it's Anthony Santander, 3-2 pitch to Santander as he hits that one down the left field line, and again it is foul. He has had a couple really hard-hitting foul balls as another 3-2 pitch, and that one will not be foul. That one will be over the wall and out. Anthony Santander makes it a 3-2 game. His name's Anthony Santander, and I always want to say Anthony just because of the Santan at the end, but Anthony Santander, Tony Taters as we call him here in Baltimore, hits the solo shot to cut that Angels lead down again. That wall in the left field at Camden Yards is not easy to hit over, and we've seen Trout and now Anthony Santander really hit over that wall with ease. As 2 away now in the inning, Sandoval going against Hayes. Man, he really golfed that one out of the dirt. Nice slider, going to try again. 3-2 here to Austin Hayes, and he walks him. That one was really on me as the user with the meter again. I'm definitely turning that off. I'm not really a meter pitcher as Gunnar Henderson hits that one over Neto's glove, and that will be a base hit. So 2 on, 2 outs here in the 4th inning. And it will be the 8-hitter coming up as Gunnar hits the sprinkler, Jorge Mateo. And the 1-0, Mateo going to bloop that one to right field. That's going to fall. Moniak not going to be able to make a play on it. Throw at the plate, not in time. And we are tied here in the 4th inning. Jorge Mateo just bloops it to opposite field. And we are all tied up. You see he's a little bit late there, but he's able to find the grass. Moniak probably a little worried there. Doesn't want that ball to go past him like it did before, as Wong's going to hit that one to right field and foul. But the Orioles are starting to put a lot of good contact on these balls from Patrick Sandoval as another walk, and the bases are loaded for Cedric Mullins. You cannot walk the 9-hitter, as we're going to have a little bit of discussion here at the mound and decide what we want to do here. Do we want to keep Sandoval in? They decide to keep him in here. It is a lefty-lefty matchup, so they're going to keep Sandoval in the lineup as he pops that one up to left field. Ward coming over, and he will make the play to end the inning. The Orioles do tie the game up, but Sandoval, the pitch count starting to get up there a little bit. Orioles starting to get on his stuff. We'll see if he comes back out for the 5th, as Corbin Burnes does remain in the game for the Orioles, as they're trying to get a good quality start out of him. As Moniak swings through the curveball. Corbin Burnes really struggled early in this game, but he really did start to get comfortable as you see the StatCast here on the pitches. This is what makes Corbin Burnes a former Cy Young winner and so good. Just such a good pitch mix, and you can see really just working the outside of that plate and then down below in the curveball. That is just nasty. When he hits those circle changes and then comes back with that curveball, whew, it's tough to hit. 2-2 now as Ward going to get the strikeout as well, and Corbin Burnes is starting to feel it. 5th strikeout, 2nd straight of the inning. But now he has to get through Mike Trout. And that is where the biggest challenge in this Angels lineup is I think Burnes is electing to just pitch around Trout. But Trout going to hit that circle change back up the middle for a base hit. I guess not. He just got behind in the count a little bit. You cannot get behind when you are going against Mike Trout as he singles up the middle, and that will do it for Corbin Burnes. So he only gets through 4 2/3 innings in his Orioles debut. Overall, not a great performance at all from Burnes. I think you saw the potential that he has, but he walked too many batters, got behind in too many counts, and the Orioles turned to Dean Kremer. Now, Kramer started for the Orioles last year, but with the addition of Corbin Burnes, somebody had to go to the bullpen, and they decide it's going to be Dean Kremer as that one's hit hard into left field, but Hayes, the Gold Glover, makes the play, and Kremer gets out of it as now the Angels will go to their bullpen as well, and it will be Luis Garcia. The first one out of the pen as Jordan Westburg going to drop a bunt down. The Angels were not expecting that, as Westburg not really known to put bunts down, but he does there and very easily gets on for a leadoff base runner for the Orioles with the heart of their lineup coming up as Adley Rutschman going to hit that one to first. Shanwell steps on the bag, tries to get it to second, but he can't get it there in time. Probably should have threw that one to second first, but I thought I could get the double play, but nonetheless, doesn't work out. So now the runner's on third with 2 away, and it's Ryan Mountcastle now up at the plate. 1-0 count to Mountcastle. This is a big moment in this game. Now 2-0. Now 3-0 to Ryan Mountcastle. Austin Hayes awaits on deck. 3-1 now to Mountcastle with 2 away. Great sinking pitch. Just gets that strike zone. 3-2. And the slider's outside. Mountcastle walks. He doesn't walk often, but he does there. Runners on the corners. 2 outs for Austin Hayes. And Hayes goes after the first pitch, and he got under it. Popped up to Taylor Ward, and that ends the 5th inning. So Luis Garcia gets through it as we go to inning number 6. And Luis Rengifo leads things off as Craig Kimbrell and Brian Baker get warmed up for the Orioles. So I don't know how long they're expecting Kremer to really go here. He's not really used to working out of the pen, but the fact that they brought him in as the long reliever, you would think they would like to at least see him get through the 6th as he walks Luis Rengifo to start off the inning, and now it's Nolan Shanwell. And Shanwell has a sinker right down the middle, puts pretty good contact on it, but it's popped up to right field, and Anthony Santander able to easily get under that one and make the play for the first out of the inning, as Rengifo's still on second now for Logan Ohape, and the 2-2 to him just hits that outside corner. What a take by Ohape. Runner's going to go here. Strike 3, and then he's out at the plate. A strike him out, throw him out, double play. The Angels tried the hit and run, but one of the best catchers in baseball behind the dish. If you don't make contact on that ball, you are in trouble. But was he out? I want to take a closer look here just really quick. And did Mateo get that tag down in time? I'll let you decide. They didn't let the Angels challenge it. I think that he didn't get his hand on the plate in time as Gunnar Henderson gets an infield single to lead off the 6th inning. I don't think that he got his hand down in time, so I do think he was out. So now Mateo going to try and lay down a bunt here with Gunnar Henderson on first, no outs, and Mateo not able to do that. 2 strikes now, going to have to swing, and the sinker gets that inside low corner. And that is where Luis Garcia's day will end, as out comes Tyler Anderson. And Anderson, we will see. We will see about Tyler Anderson this year. Started previously, going to be a left-handed guy for us in the pen. Can do a little bit of everything. But the Orioles have a very lefty-centric lineup as Wong looks at the sinker, and so we're going to be relying on guys like Tyler Anderson within this series. as the 0-2 pitch to Mullins and strike 3. So Tyler Anderson comes in and has to face Colton Wong and Cedric Mullins, 2 lefties, strikes them both out. And at the end of the 6th inning, we are tied. It has been a great game here on opening day. This was a fantastic game as Neto, the 9-hitter, goes after the first pitch and pops it up. Honestly need to see some stuff out of Neto. His offense is pretty much a nothing burger. We have got to see him get going at the plate as Moniak going to hit that one hard, but right to Gunnar Henderson, who makes the play. Moniak, though, has really swung the bat well in this game, but a very easy 1-2-3 inning for Dean Kramer, who remained in the game in that 7th, as Tyler Anderson will remain in the game as Westberg hits that one over Rendon's glove. Ward cannot get there. Westberg now going to round second, going to stay there, and so it'll be a leadoff double for Jordan Westberg, who has had a heck of a game. He is a home run shy of the cycle at this point. And that ball just got too much at the plate. Westberg has seen the ball really well today. Orioles have so many of these young guys who can just hit the baseball. And Westberg is no different as the 1-2 pitch to Adley Rutschman. He was way behind on that cutter. And it has been a struggle at the plate for Adley Rutschman today. Now 1 away for Anthony Santander as he fouls that cutter back. And now the 1-2 to Santander. Did he go? He did not. Very close there, but Tyler Anderson really throwing some nice balls right now. As that one will be grounded to second. Brandon Drury makes the play for the second out of the inning. So, 2 outs, man on third. Bottom 7 in a tie game for Ryan Mountcastle, who is 0 for 2 today. As the first pitch is in there for a strike. Mountcastle has been on with a couple of big at-bats with guys in scoring position, but Tyler Anderson going right at him here. 0-2, and he gets him, strike 3. 3 straight strikes, and Mountcastle just watches him go right by his face as Anderson is fired up. What a pitching performance from Tyler Anderson out of the bullpen. He locks up Mountcastle there as we go to the 8th, and Dean Kramer still in the game for the Orioles. Very shocking to still see Kramer at this point in the game, as the 1-2 to Taylor Ward is high. Thought that they would go into their pen at some point, whether it was Cano or who knows, as that one's going to be hit hard by Taylor Ward. That's going to go down to left field, and it is gone. Taylor Ward has given the Angels the lead. The Orioles inexplicably leave Dean Kramer in the 8th inning, and Taylor Ward takes him yard again over that left field wall, and the Los Angeles Angels take the lead 4-3. Unbelievable. I could not believe that the Orioles left Dean Kramer in the game this late. And at this point, the Angels have just seen too much of Dean Kramer. And that left field wall, usually daunting, not today. And Kramer remains in the game as Trout hits that one deep to right field, but foul. With the Orioles being off tomorrow, look at the bullpen here. You see they do have guys still warming up. So I just don't really understand. That one's going to be hit down to third base line, and that one will go to the outfield for a base hit, as Mike Trout has had a really nice day at the plate. 3 for 4 for Trout, as Dean Kramer remains in the game for Brandon Drury in the 4-hole, as the 2-2 pitch to Drury, and that one, no doubt about her, gone. And the Angels' bats have come alive here in the 8th inning. 2 home runs. That one a 2-run shot by Brandon Drury. And the Los Angeles Angels have opened a 6-3 lead. It wasn't Mike Trout. He didn't have to do it all today. It was Taylor Ward and Brandon Drury giving the Angels lineup some life and spark after they sputtered through the middle of this game. 2 home runs, everything coming over that left field wall, and the Angels have a 6-3 lead, as now the Orioles decide that they will bring in Craig Kimbrell I just don't understand the decision-making here by the Orioles, and Brandon Hyde, very, very just head-scratching here as Kimbrel comes in and immediately starts mowing down the Angels here. Now 2 away for Logan O'Hoppe. And the 1-2 pitch to O'Hoppe, swung through, strike 3. So Craig Kimbrel came in and immediately got outs for the Orioles. Again, just extremely head-scratching decision to leave Dean Kramer in the game. The Angels, though, take advantage of it, put up 3, as we will bring in Andrew Wantz now to try and pitch us through this 8th inning and set up Matt Moore with an opportunity to close the game if we can hold on to this 6-3 lead, or maybe we could add runs, and Moore may not even need to pitch today, although it's opening day. I mean, I'm trying to get the guys out here. I thought the Orioles would do the same, especially with the day off tomorrow before the rest of the weekend series, as that one's going to be hit to left field over the head of Taylor Ward, and that will be extra bases for Gunnar Henderson, who will stop at second. No, he will not. He's going to go to third, and he's out. Just a weird decision from Gunnar Henderson. When you are down 6-3, you just need base runners. Instead, a great play by Ward, cut off by Neto, over to Rendon, and he's out by a mile. I mean, it's not even close. And the Orioles continuously just shooting themselves in the foot, really, in this game, as Mateo strike 3 on the outside pitch, and it's looking like the Angels may come into Camden Yards and pick up an opening day win, unless we can see some of that Orioles magic from last season, as Neto grounds out for the first out of the inning. I know it's just opening day. There's 161 more games after this, but if the Angels can pick up this win in Camden Yards against one of the best teams in the major leagues, in the Orioles, I think that would do a lot for the Angels, to be honest. I mean, after everything that happened in the offseason, just to pick up that first win on the road, as Matt Moore tries to do just that. He has never been a closer in his career, but he will get an opportunity here with the Angels to be that, as the first pitch is in there for a strike. Left-handed relievers, left-handed closers are extremely valuable as he gets Wong swinging. If Moore can produce well, he could be potentially traded for more younger players, depending on how the season goes, as Moniak flies out to right field, or he could just be the closer for our team, although he is 34 years old. As it all comes down to this, Jordan Westburg, he has an opportunity to hit for the cycle here at this at-bat. 1-1 to Westburg. Fastball catches the inside corner, and the Angels are 1 strike away, as the fastball's high, from going to 1-0, which is a lot better than being 0-1, but we are not quite there yet, as Westburg continues his strong day, draws the walk, and the 1-1 to Adley Rutschman now is fouled back. You don't want to get to the heart of this Orioles lineup if you don't have to, and we do not, as the struggles for Rutschman continue. Matt Moore makes it look easy, and the Los Angeles Angels come into Baltimore and spoil their opening day home debut of Corbin Burns. They pick up the win, 6-3. Tyler Anderson gets the win. Matt Moore with the save. And we are off and running. That will do it for episode number 2, opening day here in season 1. That was a really, really fun game, honestly. I mean, you saw some of the bats coming alive. Honestly, some pretty solid pitching as well, which was great to see, because that's something that the Angels have really struggled with. So that's always nice to see the pitching come alive. And overall, just a really, really fun game. So thank you guys so much for watching. I have seen your comments and have replied to a lot of them about different trades and different ideas. Continue to comment them. We'll continue the conversations about picking guys up, whether it's prospects or trading away some of our players for different guys. Let's continue the conversation in the comments below. I will address some of the free agency ideas that you guys have had in episode 3. So in the next episode, I'll talk a little bit about that before we hop into some more games. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, consider subscribing to the channel. Like the video as well. It always means a lot. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Go Angels!